The primary term is tinnitus, referring to patients who complain about noises in their ears. Chronic tinnitus is when it persists for longer than 3 months. So many of these patients come to me and go to other consultants and are given medication. Some of them have tried infusions, oxygen therapy, retraining therapy, and none of this helped. Chemical substances are used in an attempt to improve the flow properties and the blood circulation of the inner ear, which, according to the hypothesis, is considered to be the cause. In January, I began to treat patients with chronic tinnitus, that is, tinnitus which had persisted for longer than 3 months, with Dr. Rath's cellular medicine. I was able to include 20 or 21 patients and observe them for 4 months. After about 4 weeks, I examined the patients again. An audiogram, a tympanogram, was carried out, and after taking a detailed history, we discussed at length what, if anything, had changed concerning the tinnitus. And I must say, in a significantly large number of patients, the tinnitus had improved. In some cases, it had completely gone. I was so excited that I asked the patients, "Please tell me what you want to do now." Most patients want to continue with the therapy. And what really excites me, as an ear, nose and throat specialist, is that many of these patients have an improved hearing ability. I don't know whether you realize it, but many patients who complain of tinnitus are hard of hearing, and so an audiogram has to be carried out as preliminary diagnostics. These diagrams, as you can see, show something which I'm sure fellow doctors and consultants will consider impossible. They show improvements in hearing ability of up to 50 dB, which means that the patients can hear normally again. These are patients whose ages range from about 33 to 85. This is so amazing that I really have to report it as a sensation. It wasn't until 1998, as I was in hospital after a suspected stroke, that I heard about the book, Why Animals Don't Get Heart Attacks But People Do. I was so bad that I said to myself, it can't get any worse. I was taking beta blockers, and I didn't want them anymore. And I started with the vitamins, but then I felt even worse, and I really think that was the detoxification phase, and I got through it. I had no support from any doctors. I did it on my own, and I must say, after about 2 months, it got rapidly better. And if I hadn't had the vitamins from Dr. Rath, I certainly wouldn't be standing here today. I was very skeptical at the beginning because I had already taken so many medicines and nothing had helped. My condition didn't change. And so I thought, well, it's worth a try. I started taking them regularly, and after 7 weeks, I noticed that my legs were no longer so heavy, and that I could get upstairs to my bedroom without breathing difficulties. And I didn't need to stand and rest anymore. So I took longer walks and went up and down the stairs more frequently. Then I told myself, you should get your heart used to more exertion. You've gone so many months without doing anything, and so I started training. First of all, I ran up and down the stairs, and then I did it more and more. Then I fixed weights to my legs, 2.5 kilos on each leg. and went up and down once and was happy that I'd managed that. And the next day I went twice, then 3 times and 4 times. And by the time I wrote the report to Dr. Rath, I was up to 7 times, both sets of stairs. I've got 2 upper floors in my house. And I ran up and down the stairs without getting short of breath, and without holding on anywhere, and with 9 kilos of extra weight as well. I want to say a word of thanks. I would like to thank my Creator and Saviour that He led me to this and has created such people as Dr. Rath. I took early retirement last year in February because of this illness, and in March my neighbour handed me a book over the garden fence. The book has been cited here several times already, but I'm going to mention it again. It's called Why Animals Don't Get Heart Attacks, But People Do. I started reading it in March, and by June I was taking double doses. I could again reach values on an exercise ECG equivalent to those of a completely healthy person. This was repeated 3 weeks ago. My heart muscle is damaged, my cardiac septum is no longer supplied with blood, it's rigid, but my heart is currently performing better than that of a healthy patient of the same age. During the planning stage for the Berlin trip, friends advised me not to come here. They said, "The pharmaceutical cartel and the organizers are so nervous. You never know what might happen." To that, I would reply, nobody. Nobody can intimidate me. Nobody will be able to. I think this applause belongs to all of us. I won't forget it, nor will you. Nobody will be able to invalidate or ban the successes of vitamin research. Truth needs a voice. We are this voice. When Luther's friends advised him not to travel to Worms in case he finished up burned at the stake as a heretic, he answered, "Even if every roof tile in Worms was a devil, I would still go there."